Let's bring in former FBI special agent and former Navy SEAL Jonathan Gilliam. Jonathan, there's just one aspect of this that I just can't get past, and it is that comment from Anna Paulina Luna about the FBI informant and this threat that this individual could be killed. You work for the FBI, Jonathan. How seriously do you take a threat that this informant could be killed?
Well, that's always a risk an informant takes. And I mean, listen, I will say this about Congressman Luna. Having stated that, she said that so she's already narrowed it down 50% that it's going to be a male, not a female. So anybody who's had any association with President and then Vice President Biden is going to now anybody who had any type of involvement with him in the past is going to know that somebody that's a male informed on them. So, you know, I don't believe that this is technically something that they should be worrying about, that the informant should be killed, so the investigation should just stop. We have things in place that can be done to protect these sources, and I think the investigation is sensitive enough and important enough that it should go forward.
As a former FBI agent, I'm sure that you were listening with great interest to what Congressman Comer and Congressman Raskin said yesterday. And it really was the tale of two congressmen. Comer says that this investigation is still ongoing. Raskin says that it is not. And it was investigated under Attorney General Bill Barr, who seemed to find that there was nothing there. So two very different stories we heard yesterday, even though they were in the same meeting. What do you take away from those statements?
Well, Raskin is a leftist. He's going to follow the narrative. When you have Comer is, you know, he is a lot of sound bites and no substance. And in between those two things, you have Bill Barr, who really didn't have anything of substance whatsoever when it came to any of these types of investigations. So I don't really see anything from any of these people that are pointing towards justice and understanding if something happened, then making it known to the American people and letting justice serve. None of these people seem to be concerned about any of that whenever it's not just Joe Biden, but any executives in Washington, D.C., whenever they're involved, all of a sudden it becomes sound bites and no information that gets anywhere.
Okay, assuming for argument's sake that what you said is not true, and this does lead to something. The document shows a $5 million arrangement for an exchange of money for policy decisions between VP Biden and a foreign national. If that is true, Jonathan, what charges and consequences could Joe Biden face?
Well, again, this is a very interesting question, because if it was Todd, if it was you or Carly or myself, the FBI would be looking at this and we would already be doing a preliminary, well, it was 2020, a preliminary investigation would have already been done. If this source is credible, they would have opened up a full investigation and looked for evidence of structuring, looked for evidence of all these different charges that could be brought against them. So there's a number of charges, Todd, to answer your question, that could be brought against us. But when we look at the president or we look at executives in Washington, D.C., those charges seem to never come to the surface and actually stick to anyone. Look at Hunter Biden and all these things that have been lobbied against him that have been shown pretty much to be true, and nothing has occurred. No accountability whatsoever. So if this was true, and it's shown to be true, I'm still not sure, Todd, exactly what will occur, because it's inside the Beltway.
Yeah, well, Jonathan, before we let you go, what do you think about Comer bringing this contempt of Congress hearing forward against Christopher Wray on Thursday? Does that not impress you or make you feel like he's taking this seriously?
Let me tell you something that an old NASCAR legend, Jimmy Johnson, used to say. When you look at your breakfast plate, you'll see eggs from a chicken and a bacon from a pig. That chicken was involved, but the pig was committed. And we need to see commitment from Comer and the rest of the GOP. Just being involved and throwing sound bites out does nothing. There has to be a commitment to them, and simply lobbying, again, I like to use that word, lobbying these things out there, contempt of Congress will do nothing because of the power of the left that's behind all of these agencies in the inside the Beltway.
All right, Jonathan Gilliam calling for action on this Tuesday morning. Jonathan, as always, thank you so much.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.